You walk into a party and you know the host, but everyone else is a stranger. And suddenly you are just standing there staring at your shoes.
Oh, that moment. You scan the whole room for a familiar face, and there's nothing.
It is not that you cannot speak English. You can. The problem is nobody ever taught you how to start.
So it is not my English, it is just that I do not know what to say first.
Good. And that is what today is about.
If you have ever stood at a party and felt invisible, this one is for you.
We are going to give you a simple system, 3 steps. And the first step is something you can do right now.
Wait, so I can already start a conversation and I just do not know it?
You can. By the end of this episode, you will know all 3 steps. You will be able to walk into any room, any party, and know exactly what to say.
Okay, I need to hear that.
Just listen. Let the conversation wash over you. We will show you how.
Let us go.
Hello, English learners. Welcome back to the 2 English Mugs podcast, your cozy corner to practice English through real, natural conversations. I am Emma.
And I am Josh, the guy who once stood at a work party for 45 minutes talking to the dip bowl.
That is a very specific memory.
The dip was good, but I could have used today's episode.
Well, that is why we are here. This episode is B1 level, intermediate English, but if you are a beginner, you are completely welcome here too.
We go slow. And if a hard word comes up, we explain it right there on the go. No pressure.
Exactly. We are just 2 friends hanging out. And before we get into the actual tools for your next party, I want to quickly remind everyone about the free PDF transcript.
Oh, yeah. The transcript.
Right. It is completely free, and you can find the link right down in the description of this video or audio file.
And you know, that transcript is just so helpful. Like if you read the words on your screen while you actually hear us speaking them, you get this double practice.
Yeah, without even trying harder.
Exactly. You train your ears and your eyes at the exact same time. It is brilliant.
It really is the best way to improve quickly. And, you are definitely going to want to follow along today because we are sharing 3 specific techniques to fix that awful party problem.
I am so ready for this. But before you give me the tools, I think we have to talk about the mindset first.
Okay, the mindset.
Yeah. Like, why do our brains just completely stop working when we walk into a room full of strangers?
That is actually the perfect place to start. Let me ask you, Josh, have you ever experienced that total brain freeze where you just want to disappear into the wall?
Oh, absolutely. Like all the time. I remember this one real moment at a friend's barbecue last summer.
Oh no, what happened?
Well, I walked into the backyard, right? I smelled the burgers cooking, and I immediately realized my friend was busy inside the kitchen.
Oh, leaving you all alone?
Yeah, I did not know a single other person there, and I completely panicked.
What did you do?
I walked to the far corner of the yard, and I just stood there pretending to read the label on a bottle of sparkling water.
The label. You were reading the ingredients.
Yes.
Yeah.
For like 10 minutes. Just because I was so afraid of saying something stupid.
That is such a classic defense move, though. We look at our phones or we read water bottles because we're dealing with something called the spotlight effect.
The spotlight effect. Wait, what is that?
Well, since we always explain new words as we go, I will tell you. The spotlight effect is this psychology thing.
Okay.
It is basically when you feel like everyone in the room is watching you and they are just waiting for you to mess up.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So in my head, I felt like there was a giant, bright stage light shining directly on me.
Exactly.
I really thought every single person in that backyard was secretly watching me and thinking, wow, look at that lonely, awkward guy.
Right. Your brain convinces you that you are the main character in everybody else's story.
Yeah, that is exactly how it feels.
But here's the amazing truth. They are not looking at you at all. They are almost entirely focused on themselves.
Wait, really? You mean all those other people at the barbecue were probably also standing around worrying about themselves?
What? Yes. Most of them were experiencing their own spotlight effect. They were worrying about their hair or if they were holding their drink weirdly.
That is actually crazy to think about.
Nobody is judging you, Josh, because everybody just wants the afternoon to go well. Nobody wants to feel awkward. You are not the center of their attention.
Man, that is a huge relief. Hearing that makes me realize I am not the main character, and suddenly all that pressure it just drops away.
Okay. That is the secret.
I don't need to perform a magic trick to impress anyone. I just need to say hello.
Exactly. Once the pressure is off, you actually have the energy to start speaking. Which brings us to the first technique in our system today.
Okay, let's hear it.
It is a simple tool to craft a great opening line. Now, an opening line is simply the very first sentence you say to a stranger to kick things off.
Right, like the start of the chat.
Exactly. And the tool is called R, just like the word you use when asking, "How are you?"
Okay, R-E. I like that it's short. So what do the letters stand for, and how do I use them to craft my opening line?
They stand for anchor, reveal, and encourage. Let's look at the first step, the anchor.
Anchor, like on a boat.
Sort of. An anchor is a shared observation about where you both are in that exact moment. It keeps you grounded in reality.
Oh, I see.
It is something obvious that anyone can see and agree with, like the weather or the music playing or the food.
Wait, so I do not need to think of a witty joke, because usually my strategy is to try and be extremely funny right away, and it almost always fails.
You definitely do not need a joke. If you are standing at the snack table, your anchor could just be, "These spring rolls are fantastic. I think I have had 6 of them already."
That is almost too basic. I mean, I'm just describing the food that is sitting directly in front of us.
But that is why it works perfectly. You could also comment on the music or maybe how slow the queue is.
Oh, a queue.
Right, let me explain that one. A queue is just a line of people waiting for something, like at a store or a bar.
Yeah, standing in a queue is universal.
Exactly. By pointing out something you both share, you break the ice. And to break the ice just means to start a conversation in a stiff or uncomfortable situation and make it warm and friendly.
Okay, that makes total sense. I drop my anchor, I point out the spring rolls, and I break the ice.
Right.
So what is the second step in the system?
The second step is the reveal. This is where you share a very small, honest fact about yourself.
Oh, a personal fact.
Yeah. So sticking with the spring roll example, after you say they are fantastic, you could reveal, "I have been standing here for 10 minutes eating my body weight in them."
I see what that does. It shows that I am human and maybe, a little bit hungry.
Yes, exactly.
Makes me seem normal and approachable, rather than someone trying too hard to look cool.
Precisely. You lower your own status just a tiny bit, which makes the other person feel incredibly comfortable. So now you have anchored and you have revealed.
Okay. And the final step is encourage.
Yes, they encourage.
Let me guess. This is where I pass the ball to them and encourage them to speak by asking a question.
You got it. You invite them in. You could say, "Have you tried the spring rolls yet? Or do you always eat dinner before coming to a party?"
That's a great question. It is playful, it is related to the anchor, and they do not have to think very hard to answer it.
See? It's completely stress-free.
I want to test this right now. Let's do a live role play.
Oh, I love a role play. Where are we setting the scene?
Let's say we are at a busy coffee shop. I am standing next to you, waiting for my order.
Okay, got it.
The queue is gone, but the barista is taking forever to make our drinks. I will start with my anchor.
Go for it.
I always forget how long the flat white takes here. It is definitely worth the wait, though.
Excellent, anchor. We are both waiting, so we share that reality. Now give me your share a small fact.
I actually tried making a flat white at home last week. My kitchen looked like an absolute crime scene.
That is hilarious. And for our listeners, let me quickly explain that. A crime scene usually means a place where police investigate something bad.
Right, like in a movie.
Exactly. But we use it as a funny way to describe a huge, terrible mess, like flour on the floor, milk on the ceiling.
Yeah, that was my kitchen.
Okay, so now finish with your encourage.
Are you a big coffee person? Or are you just here because you need to wake up like me?
See how naturally that flows.
Wow, yeah. It just works.
You used observation, a little bit of honesty, and a simple question. You started a conversation without needing to be charismatic or loud.
I really love how simple the mechanics are, but it sounds completely organic when you say it out loud.
It really does.
I can see this working in a waiting room, a line at the grocery store, or like a work lunch.
It works absolutely anywhere. But that brings us to the next big problem.
Uh-oh. What problem?
Well, you have broken the ice. They laughed at your messy kitchen joke. But then what happens next?
Oh, I know exactly what happens next. The second wave of panic hits.
Yes.
The conversation starts, they answer your question, and then there's just silence.
Yeah.
I usually have no idea what to talk about next.
This is where we step into small talk. Now, some people hate that phrase, but small talk just means light, gentle conversation that connects people.
Right, it gets a bad reputation.
It does, but it is not shallow. It is like warming up your car on a cold morning before you drive fast on the highway.
Oh, that is a great way to think about it, because you cannot just look at a stranger at a coffee shop and say, "Nice to meet you. What is your greatest childhood fear?"
Exactly. You need to warm things up first. And there is a brilliant topic menu to help you figure out what to say.
A topic menu?
Yes, it is based on the word F-O-R-D. Just like the car brand, F-O-R-D.
A menu for small talk. I like that. Let's go through the letters. What does the F stand for?
The S stands for family. Almost everyone has some kind of family story to share.
Okay.
You can ask things like, do you have any siblings? And remember, siblings is just the vocabulary word for brothers and sisters.
Siblings.
Or you could ask, is your family originally from this city?
That feels safe and friendly. What about the O in the menu?
The O stands for occupation. This means asking what they do for a living, what they study, or how they spend their days.
See, I have to push back on that one a little bit.
Oh, why is that?
Sometimes asking someone what they do for a job feels exactly like a stressful interview.
That's true.
Yeah, if they hate their job or if they just lost their job, it makes the whole chat really uncomfortable.
That is a very fair point, and it happens often. But remember, this is a menu, not a strict set of rules.
Oh, right. So I don't have to order it.
Exactly. If occupation feels too heavy, you just skip it and move to the R, which stands for recreation.
Recreation. Meaning what they do for fun, like their hobbies or how they spend their weekends.
Yes. You can ask, have you read any good books lately? Or are you watching any interesting shows?
That is so much easier.
It is usually the best topic because people love talking about things they genuinely enjoy.
It is so true. If you ask me about my favorite movie or a video game I am playing, I will happily talk to you for 10 minutes straight without stopping.
It works like magic. Okay, so we covered work and fun, but what if you want to take the conversation to a deeper level? What is the D?
What is the D?
The D stands for dreams. This covers life goals, upcoming travel, or aspirations.
Dreams. Okay.
You might ask, do you have any big trips planned for this summer? Or what are you really looking forward to this year?
Honestly, asking about dreams feels a little bit deep for minute 2 of meeting someone by the dip bowl at a party.
It can be. You probably should not start with their biggest life dreams immediately.
What is your ultimate dream? It is a bit much.
The smart way to use the menu is to start with recreation or family and save the dreams for later when the conversation is really flowing well.
So I do not have to use all 4 letters in order. It is just a safety net for my brain.
Exactly.
If I freeze, I just think of the menu, pick one topic, and ask a question.
Precisely. You might spend the whole hour just talking about recreation, and that is perfectly fine. The menu is just there so you never run out of ideas.
But that leads me to my ultimate fear.
Which is?
The dreaded sudden silence. You try a topic, it fizzles out, and then a frozen moment happens.
Oh, the frozen moment.
Yeah, and for our listeners, a frozen moment is when your brain just completely stops and goes blank in a social setting. Panic takes over.
That heavy, awkward silence is terrifying. But to fix it, we use the third technique, the backup book.
The backup book.
Yes. The idea is that before you ever walk into the party, you prepare 3 specific topics in your head. You carry them in your mental pocket.
So I am basically doing a tiny bit of homework before I leave my house.
Just a tiny bit.
What exactly am I putting in this backup book?
You need 3 simple things. First, something you recently did. Second, something you recently noticed. And third, something you want to know.
Okay, let's make this real. For the first one, something I did.
Yeah, what's something you did?
Last weekend I tried to go hiking, and I got completely lost in the woods for an hour.
Yeah.
I ended up navigating by looking at the sun.
That is a brilliant backup story. It is relatable, it is a mild disaster, and people love hearing about small mistakes.
It definitely was a mistake.
Now for the second one, something you noticed.
What is a good example of something to notice?
It can be anything from your daily life. Like yesterday, I saw a golden retriever wearing bright pink sunglasses on the train.
See, if we were standing in silence and you suddenly mentioned a dog in sunglasses, I would immediately demand more details.
Right.
It completely changes the energy in the room. And what about the third one, something I want to know?
This is just a question you genuinely want an answer to. For example, I have been trying to cook Thai food at home.
Okay.
I could ask, does anyone have a decent recipe for Thai curry that won't take me 4 hours to make?
Oh, people absolutely love giving advice. If you ask for a recommendation, you guarantee they will start talking.
Exactly.
I love this technique. Silence is not scary if you already have 3 things ready to say.
It gives you control. But we do need to mention that people often make 3 common mistakes when they try to use the system.
Hit me with the mistakes. What should I avoid doing?
Mistake number 1 is trying to be interesting instead of being interested.
Oh, I see.
When we are nervous, we try to act like a stand-up comedian to make people like us.
Yes, we want to prove we are smart or funny, but being interested is so much easier. You just listen and care about their answers.
Exactly.
What is the second mistake?
Planning your next line in your head while they are still talking. You nod and smile, but you are not listening at all.
I am very guilty of that.
Yeah.
But if I have my backup book ready, I don't need to panic and plan my next line. I can actually just listen.
That is the beauty of it.
What is the final mistake?
Apologizing for your English before you even speak.
Oh, that's a big one.
Saying, sorry, my English is bad, frames the conversation negatively before it even starts. Just speak. Nobody is grading your grammar.
So true. Yeah, let me do a quick recap of the whole system.
Please do.
When you feel invisible, remember the spotlight effect. Nobody is judging you.
Right.
Then, use RE to start. Anchor, reveal, encourage. When you need topics, use the F4D menu. Family, occupation, recreation, dreams.
Perfect.
And to handle silence, prepare your backup book before you arrive.
It is a wonderful system because at the end of the day, you just need to stop trying to be impressive and simply try to connect with the person in front of you.
Stop trying to impress.
Yeah.
Just connect. I have been overcomplicating this my entire life.
We all do.
The secret really is just being honest and friendly.
It is, and I have a low-stakes challenge for you listening right now.
Oh, a challenge.
Yes. Tomorrow, when you're waiting in a queue at the store or getting a coffee, look at the person next to you and use the ARE technique just once. See what happens.
I am definitely trying that.
Yeah.
Before we finish, I think we need to review some of the great vocabulary we used today.
Yes. Let's slow things down and move to our vocab unwind. We covered 5 important phrases today.
The first one is the spotlight effect.
Right. The direct meaning is standing under a bright stage light.
But the conversational meaning is that psychology thing where you feel like everyone is judging you.
A simple analogy is feeling like you are an actor on a stage forgetting your lines, but really you are just a regular person sitting in the audience.
A funny example is me dropping my keys at the supermarket and thinking the whole store was laughing at me when really nobody even turned their head.
Next up is small talk. The direct meaning is little conversation.
The conversational meaning is light, gentle conversation starting points.
The analogy we used earlier is perfect. It is like warming up a car engine on a cold day before you drive fast.
My funny example is spending 20 minutes doing small talk with my dentist about the weather while his hands were in my mouth.
The third phrase is a frozen moment. Directly, it means a second in time that is turned to ice.
Conversationally, it is when your brain stops working and you panic in a social setting.
It is like a computer freezing when you open too many programs at once. The screen just stops moving.
My funny example is standing at that barbecue staring at the sparkling water label for 10 minutes because I had a massive frozen moment.
Fourth is to break the ice. Directly, hitting frozen water.
Conversationally, it means starting a conversation in an awkward situation to make it warm.
It is like taking a heavy hammer to a frozen lake. so the water can flow freely again.
And my funny example is trying to break the ice in an elevator by commenting on the carpet, which just made everyone more confused.
Finally, an opening line. This directly means the first sentence of a text.
Conversationally, it is the very first thing you say to a stranger to start a chat.
It is like pushing over the first domino in a long line so the rest can fall naturally.
My funny example is using an opening line to tell a stranger their jacket looked exactly like my grandma's sofa. Surprisingly, it worked.
Those are great examples. If you found this conversation helpful, please leave us a like, subscribe to the podcast, and share this with a friend who always freezes up at parties. We would really appreciate it.
And we want to hear from you in the comments. Which technique are you going to try first? Are you going to use RRE, the first E menu, or the backup book? Let us know.
Also, do not forget to grab that free PDF transcript with all the vocabulary in the description. Next week, we are going to tackle how to talk about yesterday.
Oh, the past tense.
Yes, but with real stories, not boring school grammar rules.
I need that because my biggest mistake is saying things like, I have seen him yesterday. I know it is wrong, but we will learn the 5 simple verbs that fix it next week.
Take care of your family. Bye.
Keep your English cozy.